I'm Jackie Keicher, your host, and this is the Nutrition Navigator podcast. Whether you're a dietetic student or simply someone captivated by the world of nutrition, you're in for an exciting ride. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a beat. Here on Nutrition Navigator, we dive deep into the captivating realm of dietetics, exploring various specialties to help you excel in your career and become the healthiest, best version of yourself. Are you ready to embark on this journey with us? Cooking has always been a game changer of my fitness and health journey. Honestly, I've been cooking for my whole life, and for me, it's more than just making meals to eat. It's about creating balance within those meals, fueling my workouts, and just feeling good inside out. If you're someone who is busy, has an active lifestyle, who struggles to keep up with their meal prep, or just feeling stuck eating the same meals over and over, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about quick, nutrient-dense meals and practical cooking hacks to make your healthy eating sustainable and enjoyable. Let's start out first with why cooking is such an essential part of fitness and overall health. Now, when you prepare meals at home, you're not only saving money, but you're taking control over what's going in your body. Now, think about this. When you rely on takeout and processed foods, you don't know everything that they're putting in. Now, it could be often like added sugars, unhealthy fats, or just excessive amounts of sodium. And these ingredients can throw you off of your fitness goals. Whether you're building muscle, improving your endurance, or simply just maintaining a healthy weight, it is okay to be eating out once in a while, just not all the time. And it's great when you are able to utilize your kitchen and cook something up and feel good. So by cooking at home, you have the power to tailor your meals to fit your specific nutrient needs on whatever you're training for or however you want to lead a healthy lifestyle. For example, like if you're training for a marathon or half marathon, or even your first Spartan race, you may focus on higher carbs for energy. I competed in a Spartan race in the Poconos a few years ago, and I had a great time. The only thing is, in the Poconos Mountains, we did it on a ski resort, and we basically had to run up a black diamond ski hill, which was, it was like basically, it felt like a 90-degree angle, even though that, like, you can't run up a 90-degree angle. But yeah, I would say a little less than 90-degree angle. So like I had to do the David Goggins, like going side by side, the one thing to get up there. And there are so many obstacles, but with all this on how many calories I burned, it was so great that I was eating those higher carbs to make sure that I had energy to fuel myself throughout that whole race. If you are interested in doing a Spartan race, I highly recommend. But let's keep on going. So if you're doing that and you want to be cooking and you want to be making sure that you're increasing your carbs for those, that's great. Or if you're in a muscle building phase or bulking phase, people like to say, you want to definitely focus on those protein-packed meals. Like that is a must. And the best thing about cooking is it allows you to align your plate with your goals. So that's something just to keep in mind. One of the best ways to stay on track with healthy eating is to meal prep. And I get it. Meal prep can seem overwhelming at first. And it's like, okay, I got to meal prep for the whole entire week. This is going to be so much. But it can help. And the good news is it doesn't have to be complicated. A great thing to do is to start with batch cooking. So you choose 2 or 3 main proteins. So this could be like grilled chicken, some baked salmon, maybe tofu, and you cook them in bulk. And then you can pair them with like a mix of roasted veggies and then a whole grain. So quinoa, brown rice. I'm not a huge fan of brown rice, so I'm always a basmati rice girl. And that's just going to have to, that stays. But brown rice can be good if you like it. And you just want to portion these into the containers for the week. And then you've got a balanced meal ready to go. And it's in your fridge. You warm it up and it can take so much stress off you when you have your busy life. I know a tool that's helped me while meal prepping is a kitchen scale. So I would be just placing my container on there and then figuring out how many grams is a serving size, especially like if you're doing chicken and you're like, okay, I want to make sure that I have 3 ounces. You put your container that and then knock out those 3 ounces for each container. And it also saves you less dishes, which is awesome. Another thing is having great containers. I know that it has helped me because I've gotten excited. So I ended up buying the Rubbermaid Brilliance glass containers instead of going plastic. And I felt like there was just such a huge difference. Even though the glass is heavy, it is heavy, but I am always excited to meal prep. I'm like, oh yeah, I get to use my new containers and it's a great time. It is a great time when you find recipes that work for you that are super easy, and we'll kind of talk more about recipes later in this episode. Another strategy is freezing meals. And I learned this a lot actually from my aunt, which has changed the game. I gotta say, it's changed the game. So thinking about soups, stews, or even pre-portioned smoothie packs. I am a huge smoothie girl and I love to make smoothies. And I have found by putting everything into a freezer bag and then throwing it in can help a ton. But also, like, if you know, like if you have a crazy day ahead of you, I know for me, because I'm a smoothie girl, I do like to make my smoothie the day prior, which some people may think that it's gross, but it actually has been awesome because I'll make the day prior and then shake it up in the morning and I'm good to go. I don't even have to cook anything. These are lifesavers for those nights when you're too busy or tired to cook. Also, a possibility could be breakfast sandwiches. Egg, cheese, breakfast sausage on an English muffin. I definitely highly recommend looking up a recipe or that, but you take parchment paper, cut that up in squares, like pretty big squares, and you toast your English muffin, cook your eggs, cook your breakfast sausage, and if you want cheese, add on the cheese, and then you make the sandwiches, roll them in the parchment paper, individually roll them in the parchment paper, put some tape on it, throw them in a bag in the freezer, and you're good to go. Then in the morning, you're like, okay, it's super hectic. Like I need to grab something. You're able to just grab it, warm it up, and then go. Now, let me share a sample weekly meal plan for an active lifestyle. So breakfast, I'm first going with the smoothie. For lunch, maybe a lemon chicken thigh rice bowl with spinach. And there is a great recipe from Downshiftology. It's a 1-pan lemon chicken thigh rice dish. Highly recommend. It makes 4 to 5 portions. And that's a great thing to have. Super flavorful, super good. You could throw it in your containers, then you have it for the week. For dinner, it could be a veggie pack stir fry with either shrimp and brown rice or the best thing is the veggies in that stir fry. You can basically throw anything in. And then for snacks, you could do some Greek yogurt with some fruit or honey and possibly make your own homemade protein bars. I like to make these. They're peanut butter protein balls, and they have 1 and 1/4 cup of quick oats, 2 tablespoons of protein powder, a 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter, 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup, and then a 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. And you could always do dark chocolate chips. Those are always like a good sweet treat. But if you want to go milk chocolate, go for it. Like, that's your snack. Sometimes people don't have all the time in the world to make their snacks. If they are able to make their meals, then okay, that's good. But it is perfectly fine if you're buying those snacks at the grocery store. Biggest thing is just to turn around, look at the ingredients and read it and see if you know everything that's in the ingredients. So there's not that many additives or that. If it's a laundry list, highly encourage you to put it back on the shelf if it's a huge laundry list. So just looking at that ingredients, I know a snack that I do like to get at the grocery store are the Chomps. I know that I talked about it in the last episode. Those Chomps beef sticks are my favorite thing on this planet. And that's something that you could try if you like it. So having a plan makes it so much easier to stay consistent even on your busiest days. Now let's turn over to some quick and nutritious recipes. I love keeping my meals simple and yet delicious, like always. And let's talk about some of my go-to recipes that are both quick and nutrient dense. First up is a protein-packed stir fry. So starting with a base of lean protein. This could be chicken, shrimp. I do like some ground turkey. And then toss them with I would like a ton of colorful veggies, either bell peppers, broccoli, snap peas, and then you just finish up with a little bit of soy sauce or teriyaki. It's good to look for that low sodium soy sauce, and then just serve it over some rice. I do like cauliflower rice. I feel like that's been really good, changing it up to kind of have that lower carb option if you want it, or just regular rice, that's fine. And another one can be overnight oats. I personally don't really eat that many overnight oats, but that is a great option if you do like overnight oats. They take less than 5 minutes to prepare the night before. You basically mix rolled oats, some almond milk, a scoop of protein powder, and top with some of your favorite fruit or nuts. And then in the morning, it's ready. And that's just a quick grab and go. And the key is versatility. So you can swap the ingredients based on what you like or what you have on hand. Cooking does not have to be rigid. Like baking, it does. It's all about the science for baking, but for cooking, you got to do whatever works for you. Just those quick, nutritious recipes are going to help you get through the days, get through the weeks, and make sure that you have that food available for you. Now let's talk about some cooking hacks, because we all know life gets hectic. One of my favorite tools is the slow cooker. Now, you can toss the ingredients in the morning, and it could be chicken, veggies, some broth, come home, and that is done. I know one thing that I really do like to do is, so I'll do a few chicken breasts, put them in the slow cooker, and then I'll do some Anchor Bar medium wing sauce. It's so good. So I'll throw that in, a little bit of chicken broth, and I'll cook that for the day. It's like 6 to 8 hours for the day. And by the end of it, I'll shred it. It's like I'll come home for the day, shred it, and I'll put in sweet potatoes in the oven, roast those. Then I'll bring them out and I'll cut them in halves, and then I'll throw the shredded chicken, buffalo chicken, in it, and I'll do some green onions and then a scoop of just plain Greek yogurt. It is so good and the easiest thing ever. Even chili, I mean, now's the time, at least where I live, it's pretty cold. So chili can also be a great option for that slow cooker. Another game changer tool is an air fryer. It's perfect for quick meals, like some crispy salmon, maybe some sweet potato fries, roasted veggies, and it uses way less oil than traditional frying. So that can also be a tool if you want to get one. And yeah, I've heard great things. For meal prep, like I said a little earlier, you want to invest in good containers, and dividing ones are great for portioning out your meals. Also, mason jars work wonders for salads and overnight oats. So I bought these 3-compartment glass containers, and I have been using them it's basically a Lunchable, but it's like a snack, like a little snack box. And I've been doing like whatever fruit I have. So either like blueberries or maybe some Granny Smith apples. So I'll do that. And then I'll do some carrots or maybe cucumbers, a little thing of hummus. I got like these little round containers for hummus. And then I'll do like a little bit of pepper jack cheese. That's one of my go-tos. And that's like a great snack box, great option. While I have those energy balls also, which those you can pop in the freezer and like you're good to go to grab a few and throw them in. So we just talked about the role of cooking in fitness and health. Some meal prep for success, and also quick and nutritious recipes. And then some cooking hacks for our busy people. And when it comes to grocery shopping, you will save time by sticking to a list and organizing it by the store sections. And the best thing to do is to think like when you're going into a grocery store, you want to kind of stay on the outer perimeter in a way. Like and then everything on the inside is normally more processed. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind. And don't overlook the pre-cut veggies or frozen options. They are convenient and they're just as nutritious. Like if that's something, if you don't have time to chop up a million bell peppers and such, you don't have to do it. It's okay. You can grab that frozen option for the veggies that you can just throw in the microwave, or those pre-cut fruit. I just made some Hawaiian shrimp bowls, and I always have a terrible time finding a pineapple that is ripe and good to cut up. I don't know what it is, but I never can. So when I went grocery shopping for my Hawaiian shrimp bowls, I did end up getting the pre-cut slices of pineapple, which worked perfectly. I want to leave you with this. Cooking doesn't have to feel like a chore. In fact, finding joy in this process can make it even more rewarding. So experiment with flavors, try new recipes, and remember that every meal you prepare is a step towards better health. Thank you for listening to this episode of Nutrition Navigator. If you enjoyed it, share it with someone who could use a little extra inspiration. Until next time, keep navigating your path to a healthier, happier you.